Hi there, guys. Okay, today, um, I wanted to come make this particular video, um, about Chad. I want to talk about Chad today. I'm going to explain Chad. I'm going to go through Chad, because it's one of the things that men continually put on women, as to why they can't get dates and things like this. Now, so many of these things that these guys use, oh, she don't want me because of this, and women want this, and all women want that. At the end of the day, they're really just excuses that guys want to throw out there to, first of all, make women try to defend themselves. Oh, no, baby, I really like this, and I really want, and ultimately, I don't want to get too far too quick, but ultimately, it's one of those things that, and it's also one of those things that women never said. Like so many of these things that are going around as far as dating, as far as women, because, we all get put in the same boat. They all just run with these ideas. And they don't listen to women. I mean, they tell you they don't listen to women, so they're obviously not getting this stuff from women. They're putting together packages of various things and giving it to women and said, here, this is what you want. I can't be that. Oh God, you don't want me. It's insane. But either way. So I'm going to talk about Chad. Chad is literally a figment of these men's minds. Chad is kind of like Pookie and Ray Ray in some ways. The kind of the exact opposite. And I don't think I did that video, but I said I was going to do a video on the semblance of Pookie and Ray Ray. But this is, I don't know, maybe this is kind of my semblance of Chad. But at the end of the day, Chad and Pookie and Ray Ray are both figments of men's minds that they have created to literally throw things on and take no accountability. Because Chad, whoever he is, can't defend himself. Chad can't, like, they keep saying Chad gets all the girls, all the women want Chad, and Chad can't defend himself. Chad is literally a symbol, just like Pookie and Ray Ray, just like everything. So many black men like to throw. It's kind of starting to go away, but they'll pull him out of their pocket when they need him. Them, Pookie and Ray Ray, but it's a symbol of something that they have made up and created, literally given to women and said, here, this is who you're having all your babies by. This is who's not paying you child support. And it's just like, well, no, it ain't Pookie and Ray Ray. That was you. Like, this was literally you that did that. This was literally my ex-boyfriend whose name such and such, that lives at such and such address, and Miss so-and-so is his mama, and I know it wasn't Pookie or Ray Ray. It was him. But they need fall guys. They need to have fall guys, and they literally have to make up fall guys, which is crazy. Like, they literally talk about how delusional women are, but these men literally create figments in their imagination of a semblance of something and said, see, right, it's this right here. Well, no, it ain't that. You made that up. I don't know. When is Chad's birthday? Like, who knows Chad and his family and his mom? Like, where is he from? Is he from America? Like, and it's nothing concrete that you can put your hands on and be like, that's Chad. And so that's the delusion. But let me go through and I'm going to describe Chad. I want to talk about who Chad is as far as I know. Because, as soon as you bust them or something, or as soon as you get them, they like to move the goalposts and be like, oh, well, no, well, that's not really what we meant. And. So Chad is at least 6 feet tall. Chad is strikingly gorgeous with the chiseled jawline, the high cheekbones, perfect face. Chad is probably, I don't know, they never said this, but this is my version of who Chad is. So if they can dream, I'm going to dream. I'm assuming Chad is probably some type of a maybe an ex-athlete or something like that. I'm thinking Chad is probably, I don't know, maybe ex-football player or something like that, because Chad is very built. Chad keeps a six pack. Like, that's literally all you ever hear about Chad. Oh, we got a six pack. So Chad is normally in the gym all the time. Chad has perfect hair. He got perfect, full, thick head of hair. I picture it brownish blondish. That's what I picture. Beautiful, gorgeous eyes. Chad has. Chad has the cutest. I mean, got the perfect little butt, perfect little hump butt. Nice, strong legs, big thighs, muscle calves. Like, yeah. I assume Chad probably drives some type of nice sports car that is probably, he probably is down the highway, or along the beach or something like that. Hair blowing in the wind, sunglasses on, has perfect skin, nice tan. Um, yeah, I mean, that's Chad. I mean, he's charming as hell. I would assume he's charming as hell to cover up his narcissism. Absolutely. But you don't see that up front. But yeah, that's kind of what I picture the Chad that they're talking about, gets all the ladies, always gets numbers, just walks into places, and women just fall all over him. Like, he's getting, like, his main girlfriend that I would think, even though he has plenty, she's probably tall, blonde, maybe 5, 6, or 7. Nice, thin, never had any babies, of course. She's like perfect cheerleader model type, you know? Um, she's probably tan too, a little bit more on the whitish side, but probably tan too. Beautiful, long, thick, blonde hair, big, pretty blue eyes, or green eyes, or gray eyes, or whatever. Makeup is perfect. It's probably not very thick or whatever, but she's wearing makeup, but not really, like, she's a perfect, like, photogenic. She's completely photogenic, just like Chad is. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I picture, nice little body. Most of the dresses and everything she wear probably like maybe like spandex material, or they're really short, tight, whatever. Not trashy, but she wears things to accentuate her curves, her body, maybe her bosom or whatever like that. So this is what I'm assuming his first, his main girlfriend, because like I said, he has many. So that picture's painted. Um, so with that being the case, I would dare to say I am going to uh title this video. I don't know what the title is going to be yet, but I am going to make this video about who really wants Chad. Is Chad really women's women's choice, or is Chad's men's choice? Because I'm going to dare to go out on a limb and say, I don't think most women want Chad. I think most men want Chad. I think a lot of the men who are trying to put Chad on the average woman, I think that's what they want. I think that's what they like. And I think it's what they consider the perfect guy. Like, because look at the name, the name alone, Chad. The name alone is, yeah. So, that being the case, I'm saying in this video today that women don't want Chad, men want Chad. And if they don't want him, they want to be him. Now, let me break down a few of the reasons that I don't think women want Chad. Beside the fact that I am a woman, I've been one all my life. I'm not going to necessarily project my whatever on Chad. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try my best to speak in terms of women I've known, and just from being a woman, and try to not make it personal about me. Because Chad absolutely is not my type. He's nice to look at, and I'm going to go ahead and throw that out there. I think the first reason that most women don't want a Chad is because he really is just that. He's just pretty to look at. Like, he would be the perfect boy toy. Probably for an older woman or something like that. Yeah, an older woman who's already established. She has her money. She has her career. She's probably retired. She probably got some businesses or something like that. Yeah. She probably wants Chad to look pretty on her arm as she's going and traveling and whatever. So that's a use for a Chad. But honestly and truly, I'm going to say the average true, just regular old woman every day don't have a lot of use for Chad. Chad is not literally very useful. He really isn't. He really is just something pretty to look at. And most regular women don't really even have time for that in their lives. Like, Chad is literally a model. He's literally a model or a gigolo or something like that. Like, because like I'm saying, the average woman don't have a need for Chad. That, yeah, he's cute. Yeah, he's like, yeah, he could possibly be the perfect specimen if that woman wants something like that. I'm going to go out on the limb, and women can absolutely tell me in my comments if you would want a Chad. Would you want to settle down with a Chad? Would you want to be a girlfriend of a Chad? So that would be perfect if you guys will let me know. Now, I'm going to say another the ones who I think would be more prone to Chad beside that older woman just making him her boy toy would probably be um a younger woman, like 25, and I'm thinking 25 may even start being a little too old. I'm going to say in her early 20s, 24 and down would probably be what, cuz and I say that because when you start hitting 25 and things like that, stuff starts changing. A lot of stuff starts changing. So a woman in that age bracket would probably be more prone to wanting a Chad if she wanted a Chad. But I'm also going to say a lot of women that young and so forth, a lot of them are going for older men. They're not really checking for Chad like that. So either way, we got that out of the way of who would want Chad. Let's talk about, before I get into this, because I'm going to paint you guys a picture before I close. But let's talk about Chad's usefulness. Just in a everyday living your life, going to work, having a family, children, house, thing, whatever. Um, Chad isn't useful. Chad isn't you. Chad, first of all, is not a Chad doesn't have any skills in being like a real true, first of all, boyfriend, and certainly not a husband. Because he's still, first of all, out there chasing women like that. He's using everything, his aesthetics and everything, to to literally get women. I got to change hands because my hands falling asleep. So that's number one. That's number one. He's not really useful for the average everyday woman, except to be pretty. He has to absolutely stay on a very strict diet because that six pack can go real quick, especially if you're in a relationship. And especially if you're in a relationship where, you know, you're you're cooking and in the home, and if Chad is your husband, 9 times out of 10 he ain't finna keep that physique or that body, because it's statistically proven that most men that go get married within that first year, I don't know how many pounds they gain, but they certainly don't have no Chad bods. We already know that. We see that. So Chad has to completely eat different. Like, Chad is not sitting at home or coming home from work and eating with the wife, family, and children. He can't eat that kind of stuff and keep his physique. Um, that is, and he has to spend a lot of time in the gym. He absolutely has spent a lot of time away from home in the gym. So I don't really know how he's going to balance work, family life, girlfriend, children, and all that. So that's another issue. They're doing they're doing some outside work. I'm really, really hoping that you guys don't hear that big power mower out there, but I will try to speak a little closer into my microphone. So, not very useful in a family setting. You know what I'm saying? He's probably not going to the barbecues and all those things every weekend, and just really relaxing, and you know. He has to spend a lot of time, like I just said, on nutrition, going to the gym, on keeping that body and physique. He probably more than likely has a lot of hair products, which is taking up the bathroom counter. You know what I'm saying? He probably has a lot of beauty products, that he uses and wears, and stuff for his face and all this kind of, Um, I don't see Chad running around with the kids in the park. And I'm not saying that some men are not, keeping themselves up and built and whatever to, and are still dads. I'm not saying that. We're talking about the average. I just don't see a Chad running around in the park with 2, 3 kids. Like, I just don't see that, especially maintaining his Chad physique, you know. Um, all that said, I don't think Chad, because I mean, most men don't do this anyway. I don't really see Chad coming home doing dishes and vacuum and really helping around the house and things like that. Like I said, most men don't do that anyway. The average lifestyle of the average American men, with their eating and eating what they want and how they want, and most of them not going to the doctor and not even going to the dentist, not going to dermatologist, not, I don't see um I don't see Chad being able to sit on the couch with his buddies and friends and drink and have fun and have snacks and everything and play video games or whatever it is that they do, and keeping, again, his Chad bod. Like, I really don't. That's going to make him gain weight, you know. Um, Chad is normally, in my opinion, would normally be surrounded by a lot of women, not men. And the average American man, or, men, they, for all intents and purposes, a lot of them spend a lot of time at home with their boys, or not necessarily at home, but hanging around their boys. And Chad is a lady. Like, I don't picture Chad hanging around a lot of men. I just don't. But anyway, so we get that picture. He's not a good father. He's probably not, like I said, run around at the park with the kids, and like, he's not really useful. I kind of picture Chad's hands as being strong because he's a man, but not probably. He probably don't want to get dirty with doing a lot of around the house things, or quote unquote man things. I don't see him working on cars. I don't see him really doing a lot of stuff around homes and houses that are needed. I don't see him building something with the kids or for the kids, because I see his hands as being probably pretty manicured. Probably pretty manicured, and he's not breaking no nails and scuffing up his hands and getting hard stuff on his hands doing that kind of stuff. I just don't see Chad as doing that. So that's unuseful. That's not useful around a house or with a everyday woman. And mind you, I'm making this picture. I'm painting this picture of this emblem of Chad that men keep putting on women, that all the women want Chad. So, okay, I'm painting the picture of why I don't see Chad being with the average, everyday, regular working woman, because he's not useful. The other thing is that, let me get into talking a little bit about women and how we think and how we feel about things and things like that. First off the bat, a woman wants to be the pretty one in the relationship. That's just it. I don't care if she is pretty, or you think she's pretty, or you don't, whatever. A woman is not about competition like men are. Most men are very, just by nature, competition driven. Just by nature. Women, not so much. Women, not so much. So women aren't going to want to share a bathroom with Chad, or they're getting ready to get up and go out and do so. She doesn't want to spend an hour waiting for Chad, because, I mean, first of all, that's probably something that she's doing. She's in the mirror. Women, we already know, take a lot of time. And most women don't want to sit around and compete with a man on beauty, because that's kind of how they're going to look at it, that they're competing with a man on beauty. With all of the stuff that he got to do to maintain what he looks like. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so women are not competition driven like that, where they want to compete with a man being as pretty or cute as they are. Just don't. Now, let me go ahead and paint my picture. Let me go ahead and paint my picture. So, a woman, and I forgot because I actually thought about this scenario something last week or earlier this week or something like that, and I forgot how I set it up. But I think what I said was that you got two guys. Chad is at the bar. We're in a bar restaurant type setting. Chad is there at the bar, just, getting his drinks, and he's just there hanging out, checking out women or just whatever. Maybe a bunch of women have already gathered around him. since as men thinks that, men think that women just follow Chad. So let's put a bunch of women around Chad. He's there at the bar, whatever. There's a woman that walks in, just a woman. She's pretty, she's whatever. Let's say she's a 10. Let's just give her a 10. And she comes in, she sits at a table. She is, she probably has a drink or has ordered a drink or something like that. And, there's also in this vision a couple. There's a couple who is kind of like over to themselves or kind of in the darkish part, maybe at a booth or something like that. And it's the girl and her guy. And they could be newly dating or they could have already been in a relationship for a while. But either way, they're there and they're kind of all cozy in the corner and whispering in each other's ear, and she's giggling and and he's whispering stuff to her and everything, and they're just really really into each other. You can see they don't even know anyone else is around. Like it's literally they're totally into each other, totally. And so this woman who has come into the bar and sitting down and so forth, she sees Chad over there at the bar. She also sees that couple over there all into each other. Now she has a bird's eye view of Chad and the couple. Now I'm going to paint you a picture of why that woman and most women are not going to go over there to the Chad. Okay? Like men seem to think. More than likely, she's not going to flock over there to Chad. And I'm going to give you the main reason why. The first reason why is because all those other women are over there. That's competition. And I'm not saying women don't like competition because we're insecure or anything like that. I mean, some may be. I mean, some are. I mean, come on. But I think because of women's nature and because of the fact that women want to be the one. Like, we don't want to be a part of a whole group of other women. If we were to be with Chad or around Chad or whatever, we want Chad's eyes on us. Like, we don't want, just by the nature of being a woman, we don't want to be put in a whole party of being with a whole bunch of other women. Because, I mean, literally at the nature of us, we don't like that competition. Women like to be singled out. We like to feel like we're the one. We like to feel like we're special. We like to feel like the guy only has eyes for us. And if all these women are over there, it's not, in my opinion, going to be very attractive for her to look at and want and to desire. Even if Chad is as cute as he is, it's just the fact that all those other women are over there, and that's not, I didn't get dressed up, get nice and beautiful and look as good as I feel that I look to go there and be a part of your entourage. Like, that doesn't make me feel special. And women want to feel special. Okay? So I'm going to paint this picture that more than likely that woman's attention is more on that couple. She's looking at how he, and I haven't described this couple or the guy yet, but the guy, because, this is a scenario that's heterosexual. She's not into the woman. She's looking at the guy. This guy is just a regular average, and he could be built, he could have some muscles, he could be like whatever, but he's whatever type, he's just a regular man, but he's not ugly. He is just into his girl, like, and that alone is something that she notices, even if, let's say, he's not extremely gorgeous. He's not a Chad. He's a Mike. He's a Doug. He's Kenneth, no nationality to it. And I'm not putting an ethnicity to it or whatever, but he's an okay guy. So I'm going to say that this woman has her eyes on that couple. She's looking at how he's making her giggle. He's looking at how close he is to her ear, and she's just, she's really, really enjoying this. She's watching how he's looking like they're just totally into each other. Like he's all into her eyes, she's all into his eyes. Like there's literally no one else around. She, as I said, she's noticing this. She's looking at this. And another reason why she's more so concerned about that couple and everything that they're doing, and not focusing on Chad, who's preoccupied, of course, is the fact that what she's looking at is how Mike, let's call him Mike, how Mike is making his woman feel. That Mike literally has his woman alone over at a table at a booth together, giving her all of his undivided attention, which, as I keep saying, women don't want to compete. So why would I be focusing on Chad and want to go over there with Chad and all his women or just whatever? All right, let's make it less intimidating. Let's say Chad don't even have a bunch of women over there by him. But he's still Chad. He's still this whatever. And let's say he's at the bar by himself. Still, we know women are going to, like, there's a lot of women that Chad is going to attract. We already know this in our minds just by looking at him. We know he can more than likely go anywhere, stand out, get somebody, whatever. And again, most women don't want that headache. Most don't. Now, the younger women or the women who's looking for a boy toy or something like that, or if he's going to be temporary, because that's the other thing about Chad. Chad is very temporary. Because first of all, Chad don't stay. Chad don't stay because Chad don't have to stay. Chad got options. And so, that's Chad over there. We know, I mean, we already know what it is with Chad. But this man, again, he's over there giving her all of his attention. He's whispering sweet nothings. He is giving her his attention. She's watching him. She's watching him. And she's watching how he treats her, how he looks at her, so in essence, this guy over there with his girl is, I would say, and again, you ladies let me know, I would say that this woman is going to be more prone to look and want to have her attention on this couple and this guy and this girl and how what's going on there with them other than Chad, because everything I just said. So when she gets up, she's going to get up now. And first of all, I've already painted the picture of who we think she's going to get up and go over there. Like, I just don't believe that she's going to get up and go over there and try to talk to Chad. Just don't. I say she's going to get up and she's going to go over closer to the couple who's being more intimate together. And she'll probably sit over there and just kind of, a closer angle of them. Now, they're into each other, so they're not really necessarily paying any attention to her. But while they're engaging, the woman who's getting the attention, let's call her Monica, Mike and Monica. So Monica eventually does, notice this woman has come over there. She's gotten a little closer, whatever, and she's, trying to be inconspicuous, but she's kind of watching them. I mean, women are very, very observant, especially when it comes to something about another woman. And especially when he kind of getting close to her man, she's going to see that. She notices that, which again is case in point why she probably ain't going to be dealing over there with Chad. She's not going to really be interested in Chad. So she notices this, and she's still into her dude. She's still into her guy, but she's also now kind of keeping an eye on this woman. Because first of all, what you over here for? Like, you ain't got no date. Ain't nobody over here with you. And ain't nobody but me and my man tucked away over here in this little corner. So, like, what you need? Can we help you? So the first thing that a woman, an actual everyday regular woman or whatever, is going to, that's the thing she's going to question, like, what you doing over here? Why are you over here? Like, and so she's going to clock that. So eventually, because the average man, Mike don't see nothing. Mike is not paying attention at all. He more than likely gonna see that, but Monica sees it. Monica is going to more than likely tell Mike, let's go ahead and get up out of here. Let's go ahead and get up out of here. Mike don't really know why, but because Mike is a man, Mike is thinking, oh yeah, I got her. Like she ready to give it to me. So Mike, only thing Mike is more than likely thinking is that she ready. Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's go and get up out of here. Monica know why she left. Monica know that what's the name that got a little bit too close, why she over here and that whole thing. So more than likely they're gonna leave. They're gonna leave. So they're gone. You only got Chad left. But the reason that she went over there is because that's what she wants. Ultimately, a woman wants to be the center of attention, the center of her man's attention, the center of, you only got eyes for. I mean, because we know women have that jealousy thing toward other women. So again, I'm painting the picture of why men keep talking about all the women want Chad. And I'm giving you a visual and hopefully mental breakdown as to why, yeah, no, we really don't. That's your fantasy guy. Chad is literally you guys' fantasy, because if you don't want him sexually, which a lot of them do, you want to be him because you really do think in your head and mind that that is what women want. And despite you thinking that's what women want, you think that's how you get women. You're thinking that that is how you get women. And I'm here to tell you that that's a fantasy for the most part. I'm not saying women are not around Chad or whatever, but I'm telling you in real life, and not in the delusion of manosphere, red pill, and all of these other these podcasters tell you and all that. I'm telling you, in reality, most women are going to be looking and sniffing out Mike, because Mike is giving a woman what they would want. Chad gives me competition. Chad gives me in the house with a whole bunch of other girls that I got to compete with. And I probably may never even get close to Chad. And when I do get close to Chad, he more than likely just I'm just going to be, he just going to get some sex from me, but he not going to really be with me. Monica and Mike are actually going home together. Mike more than likely has paid for the meal so that they can get out of there, and and it's about treatment. That's the other thing that men don't understand. More than likely, Chad is going to treat most women like shit. The reason he's going to treat most women like shit is because he knows that they're just an object. Like they're just an accessory. I don't have to be faithful to them. I don't have to be honest to them. I don't have to do anything to really be with them because I'm not going to really be with them. Like I'm Chad. Why do I have to settle down? If this woman don't want me, I can just cancel her and get a new one. You know what I'm saying? Like I have so many options. Mike got some investment in this. That's what she's looking at. I don't know how long they've been together, but Mike has some investment in this just by the way he's treating her, just by the way he's looking at her, just by the fact that, he's paid for the check and they finna get up and get out of here. Chad probably got women paying for his drinks. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being the case, I think I've painted the picture long enough. I am going to say that, as I just said, women are not really checking for Chad like that. Like they really are not, as far as and the reason that I put it in long-term relationship thing is because, again, that's what most women want. Women want the security of relationship, which is another whole video, because you guys keep thinking that women want the money, women want the house, women want the this, and they want all that, and and that's what women are looking for, and that's surfacial stuff. No, that ain't why women just don't want a pretty house and a nice car, and they're able to do this, and they want, and he got, all this money in the bank. Let me tell you why. I'm not saying that women don't want that, but the reasoning behind the truth of why they want it in comparison to the delusion of what men think that they just wanted, because they're just little girls and they just want the Barbie house. No. The reason that women want that is because of security. That's what they want. They want the security behind the house. They want the security behind the relationship. They want the security behind a man that's giving them all their attention. It's not to flex. You know what I'm saying? That, again, that's the male brain. Men want hot, flashy sports cars for people to look at them, and a hot babe with them. Most women, if you tell a woman who's looking for security in a relationship and to build and start building a house, a home, a family, and all this eventually down the road and everything, if you ask her, does she want Chad in a sports car? Or is she going to want a guy who has enough money, whatever, to, when they do get ready to start a family or whatever, and to deepen the relationship, are you going to just, do you want a guy that's going to be able to possibly, I don't know, get a minivan? Or that can possibly just get a big, nice, affordable car for if they do eventually have kids, you can put a car seat in it? Or do I want to deal with Chad with his freaking sports car? Because I can't put my baby in, you can put a baby in a sports car, but it's just really not practical. It's just really not the way a woman mind works. A woman is looking at things that a man can give her to provide security, not looks. Men want a fat bank account because they want to be able to flash money in the club, or flash money at the strip club, or flash money to a woman, or let a man know. When Chad flashes his money and his credit cards and all that kind of stuff, because Chad is rich, okay? He's more than likely doing it to show off. The guy that a woman is going to seek security from has those things. So when he's ready to, we got a house, we got children and babies, we have all that. It's like a nest. It's like a nest that he has for when things happen. not to flash off and throw my money around. Most women, and I'm telling you guys, most women are not, oh, I've gone way longer than I meant to. Most women are not looking at money the way they would look at money with being with Chad. You know what I'm saying? They're looking at money as security and would be a lot more prone, in my opinion, to go with Mike. So, I'm going to cut the video off. You guys, please get in the comments and let me know, especially you women. Like, is Chad your fantasy? Is Chad the one you want to settle down with? Is Chad the guy that every woman wants? I am saying I do not think so. I think Chad is the epitome of what men want who date men, or he is the epitome of the playboy, the fast life, the fast life, the boy toy, feet on your arm type guy. Yeah. So, you guys, please like, please subscribe. Please let me know what you think. Please hit all notifications so that you'll know when I upload new videos, and leave me a comment on what you think about this Chad and Mike. You know, you guys, thank you so much for listening and watching. Until the next video, see you next time.